Hello, my name is James, and this is my case study. Have you ever been in the most bizarre location in the world? Even though you've been there 1,000 times before. This means somewhere familiar to you, somewhere that you're used to, comfortable with, and all of a sudden it's bizarre, weird, you know, contrary to what you thought it should be. I was deeply concerned about some people that I was working with. I went to work last month and things were different. I showed up there 30 minutes early, as usual, to be prepared for the day's work and got a unique vibe, should I say. A unique vibe. And I felt very weird. So I related this to research that I've been doing in my communications class. I've been researching a certain theory that that I can use as a tool to understand the situation. So what I'm going to do is talk about the steps of learning and improving on this problem. The first step is to talk about my case. I'm going to state my case and my claims as to what I observed. And then I'm going to move on to my theory, the actual theory that I'm going to use as a tool to take care of the problem. I'm going to analyze my situation, and then I'm going to apply the things that I've learned to fix that problem. And I will finally conclude what the end results were. So my case, my goal is to identify what the problem is, to get a competent understanding of what the issue is. That way I can take care of it and move forward. So what my problem was is showing up to work and everybody seeming to be negative, down, odd, very, very peculiar behavior. And I started observing my environment to see what was going on. What was the cause of this? And from what I could gather, and two of my coworkers could gather, one being named Michael Land and the other being named Russell Perry, we gathered that it was one person who was causing all this negativity, one individual that was spreading the chaos throughout the group. At least this is what we thought, that it was because of them. That's our first analysis of the situation. Um, so I put my research the last month to use and found a theory that would be of particular help. The theory is called the Coordinated Meaning of Management Theory, or CMM. And according to my textbook, um, called A Look at Communication Theory by M. Griffin, done in 2012, persons in conversations construct their own social realities and are simultaneously shaped by the worlds they create. We have all learned about CMM in our class, and there are two parts to CMM that are relevant to my situation. First one is a strange loop, and this is where you have a circle of reoccurring negativity in your environment. Who's to say the blamed person should be for that? We can't say that it's me, it's a negativity, or just them, that one guy. It's negativity. It's a group effort. It's, the next part is the next part of CMM that's relevant to this situation is stories told, stories to be told in the future. This is where relating patterns are used to predict the future, and that's according to the same textbook that provided your definition for strange loop and CMM. Same textbook. But according to another person, Vernon Cronin, in 1979, we can set ourselves to manage the architectural, the architecture of conversations about the issue, focusing on their inclusivity and quality. This basically means, in layman's terms, that we can construct our own conversations. And based on how those conversations are made, the world around us can be impacted, can be changed, others can see it differently. So when I analyze the problem, I'm going to use the strange loops and stories to be told methods to determine what should be done in the application. So first, let's analyze what's going on. For the strange loop problem, we can see that this one grumpy person is dealing with a reinforced negativity in their environment of other people, other troops. So what is happening here is everybody is being negative, and it's causing this person to appear to be increasingly negative. And these stories to be told, we can use this to reveal the logic and reasoning behind what's going on in this particular situation. This guy is being negative and saying things negative about the future because, well, everyone's being negative. You know, it's not just him. So, well, let's move on to our application, where we can see the role of creating negative patterns, which is a just vicious circle of negativity, repeating between co-workers and this one individual. The co-workers are antagonizing this individual because he put himself out as a target by being negative in the first place. He had one bad day and then back and forth. And going into the stories told, you know, the person is telling all these negative stories because they feel they have no other option. So let's move on to our conclusion, where we can ask ourselves if this place that seemed to be so bizarre is really bizarre. Now, we reviewed our theory, case, analysis, application, and we're on our conclusion now, where we can see that if we apply everything correctly, this place is not so bizarre.